So, good morning, everyone. I'm Rezak from Copernicus Marine User Support Team. So, today I will be presenting one of the main tools used to visualize and retrieve Copernicus Marine data, which is the MyOcean Viewer Pro. To access it, it's really simple. Just go to our site, Copernicus Marine, and then go to the Access Data section here and scroll down to Ocean Visualization section. Access it, and then as you can see, we'll be getting three different versions of the tool. So first we have the MyOcean Learn, which is uh, more like a beginner version of it, and then we have the MyOcean Lite, which is an intermediate version, and finally we have the MyOcean Pro, which is the version that contains all the main features and options that you can use to have the best possible experience when visualizing, also downloading our data. To access it, just click on it here, and then you will be getting to the interface of the tool. Once on the interface, as you can see, we have many options to explore. So first, you can maintain your mouse and drag up and down, or to the left or to the right. You can also zoom in or zoom out with your mouse wheel. As you can see, also you can change the projection. So you can switch to the North Pole projection here in case you are studying a variable within this region to get a better access to it. You can switch back to the equatorial projection, and then you can go to the South Pole projection as well. Here at the bottom, we have the time scale. So the time scale contains the different date in which the variables are available. So you can simply change the date to visualize the variable at a given date. Of course, if you select a date out of the scale, as you can see, then you won't be able to visualize the variable. It's simply because this one is not available within this time range. Here on the left, on the right, also we have a small scale that indicates the depth. Same thing, in case you need to select a different depth to your variable to display, just maintain this narrow with your mouse and select the depth that suits you. Here on the left, we have the windows that contains the different layers containing the variables to display. So here the eye contains the variable, in this case the seawater potential temperature. So as you can see, the small eye here, when the eye is blue, that means that the variable is displayed. And when it's not, in case you want to hide it, just click on it and the variable will be hide. Also here we have two different variables, two different layers. In case you need to alter the order between the two, just drag with your mouse here and change the order in case you need or you want to visualize a variable first from another. We have here also a small functionality which allows to delete or remove a variable. We remove a layer, just click on it and the layer will be removed. Here we have an arrow that allows us to hide or show the window in case you need to have more access and more space to visualize all the regions. And here we have also the name of the variable, and below we have the date and the depth that we have selected. So now I will show you how to add a variable to visualize it. For that, it's really simple. Just go to the plus here, add a layer, and click on it. And then you will be accessing our data store in which nearly 300 products are listed. So we have data from models, from satellites, and also from in situ observations. And as you can see, each product is characterized with some information. We have the spatial extent, the temporal resolution, as well as the variables contained in it. Here on the left, we have the filter section. The filter section basically allows you to help you to get the best to get the variable that you need. So you can select the time range, you can select the depth, you can select the universe, the variables, as well as the temporal resolution and other information. So let's give it an example. So for today, we will explore the global ocean region and select the variable velocity, we will display the velocity variable. And let's say that we will select here from the temporal resolution section, select the daily velocity. So now we'll be getting a selection that matches my filters. And in this selection, you can choose the products that suit the most your needs. So for that, let's say that we will take the global analysis and forecast. So when clicking on it, you will be getting an overview which defines the products as well as all the metadata contained in it. All of this is included within the description section. Here below, the notification section allows you to access the incident, the maintenances that occurs on the product. Data access section allows you to get all the data sets as well as the variables contained in it, each one, of course, with its own temporal extent, and each one gives you access to the three different services. So we have the subset, the files, and the maps service. Contact allows you to reach out to us in case you need further assistance. And here below in the documentation section, we have some documents that contains further scientific details in case you need to learn more about the product and what includes and what is included in it. Of course, we have also the roadmap, which gives you access to the future releases of the products, lists on how to cite, allows you to cite the product in case you are publishing an article. Here we have a small share icon in case you want to copy the URL of the product and share it. So let's now click on Add to Map, and then we are going to get the different data sets with different time resolution. So as we mentioned, today we're exploring the daily velocity. So for that, scroll down to the daily temporal resolution and select seawater velocity. Click on Add to Map. Close the window, and as you can see, my variable is added. So now here below, as you can see, we have 5 different icons, of course, each one with its own specificity. So the download icons allows us to download the data, which I'm going to present in a few minutes. The information icons allows us to get an overview of the product, basically landing to the page that we visualized seconds ago. And here the gear icon allows, the layer icon allows to get the other different data sets contained in the product. So this one, in case you need to change the variables to display, so you can check this one and select it. The gear icon contains some options to characterize your visualization. So let's say that you want to change the opacity, simply drag with your mouse and change the opacity. Of course, same thing for the styles. So we have here different styles that you can use. So we can use solids, as you can see. We can use particles plus solids. We can use only particles. We can also use vectors. Here on the hatching style, we can also use the hatching style visualization. In this one, we can explore many various options. So to get better access, I'm just going to visualize this section here, this region. So within the hatching style, we can select a value of the seawater velocity from this scale. So this scale contains the different values of the variables we are displaying. So let's say 0.93. So here I can choose to only show the values equals to this one, or the values that are not equal. As you can see that all the values that are not equal to this one are selected within the scale. You can also choose to select the greater or equal to this one also. Same thing, smaller or equal. And we can also select the range. Of course, within the range, we can select the minimum and the maximum value. And within this range, I will be getting all the values that are included, as you can see from this scale. Same thing, we can select all the values that are not included within this range. And then, as you can see in the scale, I will be getting all the related values. So that's it for the hatching styles. The color map, we can change our color map based on the color that suits us. feel free to choose the one that suits you. Here, this option allows to invert the color between the maximum and minimum value, as you can see it from the scale here. The steps option allows us to add also some thresholds in case you need to add thresholds or remove thresholds. Of course, feel free to select the values that you want. And finally, we have here the option to mask the outliers. So this option allows us to mask all the values that are not included within our range. For that, you just click on it, and as you can see, now the values are included. If I want to mask it, just click on it, and these values will be masked. And here, finally, we have the log scale. In case you want to disable the log scale, click on it. You'll be getting the related visualization. Again, if you want to deactivate it, just click on it and it will be deactivated. So now let's switch up to selecting the points. For that, we're just going to go to the Asian region. So to select a given point from the interface, it's really simple. We have three different options. So we can either select a point from the interface like this. Just going to hide this one to get a better visualization. We can also select lines like this. To disable the option, just click on the escape button on your keyboard like this. And we can also select areas. For the area, just going to draw on a given area here. Let's say this one, escape, and that's it. And as you can see, each selection contains the different information. So we have the values of the variables, and also we have graphs that contains the evolution of the variable in a given time. So within this one, we can also explore some options. So we can maximize or also remove all the graphs. We can also adjust the axis or export the selection to an HCTF, CSV, or SVG format. For that, you have to be logged in. So let's say I'm logged out, as you can see, and now I am no longer able to export it. So again, you have to be logged in to be able to enable the exportation options. Of course, we can also merge a selection within another. Let's say we want to merge these two. Just drag with your mouse and put it on the top of the other one, and you will be getting the information related to the two selection merged. Here on the import option, you can choose to select presets. So presets are basically predefined region that you can explore on the interface. Reset allows you to export those presets that you have selected. You can also choose to import a WKT, a GeoJSON, or a shape file. Settings here allows us, as you may see, to log in or log out, change the language, or change your map based on the one that suits you. You can also manipulate here some information related to geometry, to units. Feel free to explore it to get the visualization that suits you. All of this is basically related to the styles and to the parameters that you want to use when visualizing your data. So going back to our window here. So let's say I want to download this data now. As I have said, you can go to the download icon here and select your geographical area. So for that, you can use it manually and fill it, or you can use it automatically by clicking on the define map option and go, let's say, to the surface that I have selected and click on it. As you can see, the geographical areas are automatically filled. Same thing for the date range. You can choose to put it manually, start date and end date, or you can do it on Azimap. So let's say that we want to download the data from 24th of April. Just click on Azimap, 25 Azimap, it will be selected to the 27th April 2025. Yes, the 29th in this case. Okay, so let's say that we want to download this one, the start date and end date. Same thing for the depth range. You can select it manually here, or you can do it and like as in map to download. As for the downloading process, it includes three different options also. You can use the browse file service. So this one allows you to get the original data. So just keep in mind that within this one, you cannot select a subset of data. It means that you cannot select a specific geographical area within specific variables. You will have to download the whole data sets and the whole variables contained in it. This one is included within the functionalities of the Copernicus Marine Toolbox that I will go to present next in my second presentation. Second, we have the automate option, which allows to generate two different templates that you can use in two different supports, in the command line interface supports or within the Python API supports. Same thing, this one is included within the subset service of the Copernicus Marine Toolbox, which I'm going also to present next. So basically, this information matches the selection that I have chosen here in my region, and this one allows us to download, unlike the browse file service, this one allows us to download subset of data. Finally, we have simply the download option here. To click on it, and our data will be downloaded. And just keep in mind that when downloading the data from the graphical interface, there is a quota limit memory that we don't have to exceed, which is 800 megabytes. Unlike when using the toolbox, which is of course one of the many advantages of the toolbox, is that we don't have a quota memory limit. So that's it for the downloading process. And also, if you go back to the top of the window here, we can see that we have also three different options that we can explore. So the information icon allows us to get an overview, definition of the MyOcean Viewer tool. And also, we're going to be getting here some keyboards and mouse tips that you can use to optimize your activity and have the best possible experience when using the viewer tool. The share icon here allows us to share your activity. You can share it via a link, image, a video, or an embedded link, which is a pretty cool option that allows you to share your activity. Let's say that all this activity that we have demonstrated today, we want to share it with a colleague. Just select the option that you wish to use and share it. And finally, here we have the message icon. When clicking on it, you will be landing to our user support interface. So as you can see here, we have many different options that you can explore also. So let's say that you need to get started with the tool. So you just have to go to the message icon here and ask a question to Blue, our chatbot. And let's say that you want to inquire more information about the tool. Just type in how to use MyOcean Viewer tool. So Blue is going to explore our data center and will try to find the best possible answer based on the question, of course, that you have asked. And as you can see, it will list the main steps to follow to get started with the tool. And if you take a look here, Blue always tend to join some sources that will guide you to articles generally that you can select, that you can access to get a better view of on how to use the tool. In this case, we can check this article, Introduction to MyOcean Pro Viewer, which I recommend in case you need to get started with the tool. It contains all the main features that we have covered in details, of course, with examples and how to use each option, how to select a layer, how to select a variable, such information. I think that would be more than enough for you to get all the needed information to get started, get all the possible knowledge, and have all the information needed to download your data and also to browse the different data sets that we have in our data store. Of course, if the information isn't enough for you, you can always try to explain more your question to help Blue to give you the best possible answer. If it's still not satisfying for you, you can always type in, I want to talk to a person or a human agent, and then you will be getting in touch with one of us, the user support team, and we will be glad to help you out. So I think that's it. We have covered all the main features and options that we can use to get started with the tool. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation. If you have any questions, please ask them. I will be glad to answer. And thank you, everybody.
Thanks a lot, Razak, for your presentation. Oops, it was really interesting. And yeah, we have a few questions for you. So I will start with the first one. So what is the resolution of the project you presented? I guess the pixel size is really visible.
So each product is characterized with its own resolution. As I said earlier, when you select the product, you will be landing on the product page. In this one, you have various metadata related to the product, and one of those metadata is the resolution of the product. You can check it, and you will be getting the info. So yeah, it's all the information are available in the product section.
Okay, thanks a lot. We go to the next question. Can we save our progress or history to continue our work later or to make some corrections or edits?
Yes. So when using the Viewer Pro, generally the work is automatically saved unless you didn't close the tab or something. Your work is automatically saved. But if you want to ensure to save it or to keep it, you can always try to share as I've shown with the share icon. Share your activity via a link. You can send it to your colleague or send it to use this link as a way to save your work. So yes,
Okay.
it's possible to save your activity on the viewer.
Okay, thanks. Good to know. Okay. So for now, it's the last question. So is MyOcean Viewer available for download and compatible with other visualization software? Also, which operating system do you use to run it?
I think the tool by itself is not available for download. I don't know if we have an application to download and use. Is the user trying to say, is there an application? I mean, that we can
Yeah,
download and
I guess it's is there an application of MyOcean Viewer, which would be no.
yes,
Um,
in this case, yes, it's a no. And as for the operating system, I'm not sure the one that is used to run it, but the user can join us via the chat in the user support interface. We'll check the question and give it the answer.
okay. I think it's with JavaScript that the viewer is.
I want to see with JavaScript, but yeah, just to confirm it, yeah, the user can ask his question via the chat, and we'll be give it the answer.
Okay,
Yes.
thanks. Another question. If we are conducting analysis and the spatial resolution between the projects is different, should we resample first? So more technical, scientific question.
If we're conducting.
But yeah, I guess if
Yes,
you want,
yes.
yeah.
Yes, if you want to use different spatial resolutions, it's completely logical to resample first. And yes, it's more like a scientific question. And for this kind of question, requires some investigation to get first to get the information on which products that we are trying to use, and based on that we will be give it the best method to perform the resampling process.
Okay,
But yeah, I would
thanks.
say that it is possible to do so.
Mm. Oh. Okay, so the next question is a question we have, I think, at every event. Can we upload our study area in shapefile format?
Yes, it is possible to import a shapefile and use it to explore it within the viewer. Yes.
A really nice, tool. Um, this question, what are the accuracy and uncertainty levels of the data? I guess we can find this information with the resolution info and everything, no?
Yes, I mean each product is characterized by its own specificities, like I said, and to find further scientific details on each product, you can always check. It's always recommended to check the user manual and the quality information documents contained in the documentation section within the products page, as I mentioned earlier when I was trying to add the layer. So yeah, such information can be found there. Of course, if the information isn't there, the users can always again reach out to us and we will be investigating further to get the information.
Okay, thanks. Okay, we have two more questions. What data source does the database use, like a satellite or an observation center? So the data available on the catalog are from different sources. We have in situ data from Argo, satellite boat. We also have model data that we do with the satellite data.
Yes.
Yeah, there is all sorts of data, and you can find the detail of each product of where it came from on the product information also. So don't hesitate to have a look at that if you're interested in seeing where does the product come from.
Yes, exactly.
Um, okay, another question: can we download the data in netcdf format also?
Yes, data is said to be downloaded in netcdf formats. So you can do so by using the Copernicus Marine Toolbox, which I'm going to present next in my second presentation. You can also export it via the graph option, like I said, when selecting the point, the line, or a surface. You can go to the 3 points in the graph and choose to export it either in netcdf, CSV, or SVG format. So yeah, netcdf is the format in which the data is downloaded.
Thanks. Okay, so thanks for the nice presentation. Can we compare the level of water either increase or decrease trends over the 30 years or more through this data? I would say
Yes.
yes.
Yes, for that you can choose another variable. You can choose the sea level variable. There are many products that include this variable. So based on the region that you wish to explore, of course, the period, you can select this variable and explore it within I guess in the question is 30 years. So yes, you can choose products that contains historical data and then take the sea level variable and explore it. So yeah, it's possible.
Okay, okay, thanks. Um, I guess another question about the information of the products. How can we be sure that your sources are trustworthy? So I guess also on the information of the product, you can check how the data has been verified and everything. So yeah, we also advise to read all of the documentation coming with the dataset you want to use. Everything is detailed inside, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, exactly. You can check always. We always recommend the users to check first the user manual and the quality information document specifically, because these two contains all the necessary scientific details that needs to be known on the product. So yeah.
Okay. Um, so we have time for two or three more questions. How to get archive data, like for instance, some data has been upgraded in resolution. Can we get the old data set with the previous resolution? I don't know actually.
I mean, that depends on the product. Some products contains all data sets that are always being available, and some products it's not the case with it. So there are products that have been upgraded, which means that the old data sets have been dropped and the data is no longer available. But there are some cases when a user can contact us to inquire to request historical data. In this case, we always try to find the workarounds to get the historical data to the user. But yeah, it's a process that takes that requires to us to to reach out to the producers to get the information, if it's possible or not, to get those old data.
Okay, okay, thanks. Okay, another question about the shapefile. Is it possible to download shapefile data for all of the variables?
I would say yes. I mean, we didn't try it with all the variables, but yeah, yes, I would say, since the shapefile is since it's possible to use the shapefile to import it and use it within the tool, then I would say yes, it's possible.
Yeah, except if you don't have data on the points you want to download, but otherwise it should be fine, I
Yes,
guess.
exactly, yes.
Okay. And a more general question, is it possible to use Copernicus data for erosional studies? And what is the possibility of using Copernicus data with software like ArcGIS and GSAS? So on erosion data, I don't think we have like real erosion data. We have like the coastline and everything, but if you want to study erosion, you would have to do some calculation, I guess. But you can use the data with ArcGIS, I guess.
Yes, yes, that is completely possible to use ArcGIS or QGIS. Uh, for DSAS, I'm not sure, but yeah, for you can save the question, we'll investigate it, we'll check it, we'll give it the answer for this one.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I will put the question on the side and thanks. So we will have to stop there for the question. We have a few unanswered questions, but don't worry, we will put them on the side to provide later answers in the post-event report. So yeah, thanks again, Rizak, for your participation, and we'll see you around.
Thank you. See you.